Warning, the voices heard in this video are made synthetically using artificial intelligence. Nothing in this video reflects anything actually stated by the real-life individuals involved. This video is for entertainment purposes only, and serious political content will be avoided for that purpose. Enjoy!
Hey, we're back. Back again. Welcome back, boys and viewers.
Get settled in because Barack is back in the wheel, which means every NPC will be talked to as well as spiritually and sexually satisfied. So grab your preferred relaxing drink, whether it be tea, hot chalky, or lean.
Yeah, and looks like Barack's getting right into it by talking to Joe's daughter here. Barack, are you really going to give this old lady free health care? We don't need Obamacare, 2 electric boogaloo in Thetis.
Oh, come on. It's just a few small poultices that we already have a surplus of and we get paid as well as XP. Weren't you complaining about getting our money up?
It just sucks. We have to give our stuff up to do it. It feels like bartering, the true enemy of capitalism.
Whatever, Donald, stay broke, I guess. Anyway, viewers, like the boy said earlier, I'm back in the commander's seat, and while this episode may have a good amount of filler, we have some important moments today. We are going to recruit my man, Stan, over here. Get a sick, unique sword for our Lyle guy, see our party camp for the first time. And most excitingly, we will unlock our first specialization for our Lyle guy.
Oh shit, we will? Hell yeah, we definitely have to decide on that. But first, I guess we should talk to this big lug over here.
Steen, the hornless goat of the Barasud. Honestly, a pretty underrated companion. He has some of the best lines and interactions in this game.
Just watch him on YouTube. He's a two-hander companion in Origins. No point in bringing him. He screams of mid.
That's a bit harsh. Donald, sure. Optimally, he might be lacking, but he makes a good tank, and he's not exactly useless damage-wise either. I can definitely see him finding a role on our team.
Maybe yours, Obama. I'm not dealing with the dead weight, especially when said dead weight is 6'8".
Not surprised you are afraid of exercise, Donald, but as much as I like Steen, I think I need to play devil's advocate for a moment. Does it really make sense from a roleplay perspective to recruit Steen? He is an admitted killer of a whole family, even kids. Sounds like he is a definite liability from a logical standpoint.
Fair point there, Joe, but I think the game does make a pretty good case that the warden needs any able body available. We are tasked with ending the blight by gathering an army with who knows what opposing us because we are now wanted criminals, in addition to the blight encroaching on us. Having a giant dude with combat experience who is willing to fight with us seems idle no matter what crimes he has done. It feels like the benefits of having him outweigh the moral negatives.
Come on, boys, let's be real. The only reason people overlook that is because he is a companion and maybe because he has funny interactions. No one really did a damn moral analysis of recruiting Sten, except maybe our editor, since he and Barack are competing over biggest loser in BioWare lore.
Donald, why the hell are you so hostile to Sten? He is a strong companion narratively and gameplay-wise.
It's because Sten is taller than him and he feels threatened.
Shut the hell up, that's fake news.
Okay, sounds like pure cope to me. Anyways, we could have Liliana pick the lock and free him, but I think it makes sense narratively to get the key from the mother in the chantry.
Yeah, picking the lock feels like it should have more consequences, like the Templars attacking us or something. I mean, it is literally freeing a killer in broad daylight.
If this was Skyrim, every villager in a 10-mile radius and their chickens would be ready to square up for simply caressing the lock. But in Dragon Age, stealing is only a problem if you steal from their pockets.
Thank God for that, since we don't have to quick save as much for looking at a lock too hard.
I just realized how many Hawk voices we hear in Lothering. It's pretty ironic. Hawk is not only the head Templar of this chantry, but he was also the rumor guy outside the tavern too.
Well, of course, he is the future champion. He has to know how to wear several hats. All hail Champion Hawk.
I'm surprised to hear you say that, Donald, don't you hate Dragon Age 2? You skipped our watch party of our editor's Dragon Age 2 analysis and only watched the scene where he was talking about Isabella.
I may hate Dragon Age 2, but I love Hawk and Isabella. If that game was a cool pirate adventure like Assassin's Creed 4 with just Hawk and Isabella, it would have been game of the decade, not just game of the year. Unfortunately, BioWare didn't know what to focus on.
Oh, so they do pay us for the bandits. I always forget that.
See how important it is to talk to everyone in town? If we had high enough cunning, we could even get extra supplies. But we are on a warrior class, unfortunately.
Who needs cunning when you can just intimidate?
Well, let's hear about how Redcliffe is doing, boys.
Wait, who the hell is this guy?
Oh, he's Donald, a knight from Redcliffe looking for the urn. Like all the others. Though not surprising, you don't remember him since he never comes back after this scene. Which is weird, because he mentions returning to Redcliffe here too.
Bro probably got lost, like Zorro.
Yeah, I think he's probably written here as set dressing for Redcliffe. It's weird, Alistair recognizes him. But not the other knights we meet later. There's probably a story there that was cut content, but we will never know it.
Yeah, if he only appears here, I understand why I don't recognize him. Kind of cool. He mentions the ashes this early. He even gives us a tip on where to start looking that the player can follow up on, though the game doesn't tell us that.
Thank you again, good sir.
Don't forget the Liliana gift in the far corner.
Of course, you don't remember any quest reward in this game, but you know the latitude and longitude of every Liliana gift.
Since we are here, might as well drop off the first draft letter for the Blackstone Irregulars.
Right, this is without a doubt the longest quest in the game to complete. It dwells in your quest log longer than an unemployed roommate because you can't finish it until you reach the elven alienage at the end of the game.
Plus you have to pick it up and start it here for this guy. It's just annoying. Anyways, Barry, are we going to bully the priest for Sten's key?
Knowing Barack, he is probably just going to have her retell her story about how she was a young girl during the Elven Tevener War or some shit, and have her explain the origin of blood magic.
If she knew all that, I'd elevate her to AS tier NPC alongside Gorham. But don't worry, she's pretty concise. She just expresses the same concerns that we already mentioned with Steen, and we can either persuade her for the key or have Liliana convince her. I'm going to let your girl handle this one, Joe. But did you guys know that the tithe she asks in the beginning determines how easy it is to convince her? If you donate nothing, it's hard, but if you donate the highest amount, the difficulty is easy. It's essentially bribing a priest.
Glad they included an old-fashioned American pastime in this game, boys.
Victims might count you and me as their murderers.
God, if Liliana looked at me that way,
You know your friend.
I would happily give her the key to the cage or nuclear launch codes. Whatever she wanted, really.
Okay, can't lie. If Morgan stared at me and started insulting me, he'd happily give her my tax documents for the last 20 years.
Good to see y'all's horny levels haven't dropped, but on to more important things, boys, since we have a bit of side questing to go now. I figure I should get both of your opinions on something. Warrior specializations are broken down pretty evenly into 2 DP specializations and 2 tank specializations. So we have our 2 specializations mapped out already. My question is, which should we grab first, Templar or Champion?
Templar.
Oh boy, here we go.
Now, Joe, my good sir, it appears we are at an impasse. Would you like to discuss your thoughts?
Wait, what?
Oh, wow. Of course. Donald, well, I think Champion provides our team with much needed utility as well as buffs that can stack with Liliana's buffs. Plus, our little guy being a champion makes sense. From a narrative standpoint, we won the proving earlier, and we will win it again. Also, the description mentions that a champion is a veteran leader in battle, which our little guy is going to do throughout this game.
Wow. Joe, very nice points. They really did help show that you are a complete idiot. Joe, Templar is clearly the better option. It pairs perfectly with the fact we are dwarves and resistant to magic. And did your dumb ass forget we are fighting mages first in the Mage Tower? Also, talking about utility, we will be able to dispel any negative effect on our party, which can save party members in tight situations.
Donald, that is one utility option for sparse situations, you goddamn clown.
Okay, boys, we will get both eventually, but I do like the narrative point that we get champion first as the leader of the group. And then over time, we learn how to fight mages and gain Templar training by traveling with Alistair.
Once again, you side with Joe. Are you guys going to book a room yet?
Donald, given some of the comments we have gotten, a lot of our viewers, like narrative reasons for decisions when playing. So I think the narrative reason for champion makes sense seeing how we won the proving in episode 1.
All right, Obama, so it sounds like you enjoy reading viewer comments. So how about we take a look at the viewers' thoughts on your boyfriend, Logain?
Oh boy, here we go.
So here we have 2 commenters who, on the same day we posted the video, came in to immediately side with me and Joe about how cowardly and idiotic Logain was, even pulling up his own receipts in Inquisition about how much he regrets betraying the king and wardens that day. They are also quick to point out that the nobles of Ferelden are so split soleil due to Logain's actions and the chaos caused by that, in addition to his own admission of regret, is proof that he's a coward and he made a terrible choice in Ostagar. The viewers are overwhelmingly in our favor. Barack democracy wins again.
Well, now hold on, Donald. You might be acting a bit fast. Here we have a comment that's on my side. And it should be noted, they watched that episode 3 times, which is absolutely incredible, by the way. They mentioned that tactically saving his men at the cost of the king was the right call, because the Spawn's overwhelming numbers were so much in their favor. Logain's soldiers would probably have not made much of a difference. They then go on to point out Logain's crimes after Ostagar show. He was still power hungry, which I will clarify. I'm not going to make excuses for his actions later in this game. They were stupid and terrible. But his betrayal of the king at Ostagar, I will maintain, is gray and shouldn't be the main reason someone judges Logain. He made a tactical call and did save his men because of it. And I will go as far to say Logain knew tactics more than anyone else at Ostagar, including Duncan, and certainly more so than the king.
All right, fine. I will concede that the battle was more gray than Logain just being a power-hungry coward out of respect for our viewers' opinion, but I am not about to ever give him anything less than death for his cowardice and crimes.
And with that acknowledgement, I think I can happily agree to whatever fate you cook up with Joe for Logain when we get to the Landsmeet.
It will be exactly what that douche deserves.
I will stay true to my word here, Donald. Glad we can agree?
Oh, it's cute when we can come together, boys. Well, on that happy note, to wrap things up, good job finishing the first side quest, Barry. We even got some new armor and a hat for Steen.
Righteousness is full of hardship.
Yeah, just going to drop back and turn in the bandit quest as well as the toxic extract quest for the tavern owner. We don't have too much to say about the gameplay so far since these quests don't have any lore, but it's always good to stock up with extra potions since some of these bandits can press you. Now, to handle the only quest with any lore to it.
Oh, right. This is that kid's mom I helped last episode. We're trying to recover her pendant as a keepsake for him.
Yeah, and we have to fight a pack of wolves to recover it. Which, if we had a nickel every time we had to fight a pack of dogs for a side quest, we would have 2 nickels, which I know it isn't a lot, but it's weird. It happened twice.
Good reference, Donald. Also, good shit getting the pendant back. Barry, too bad. We can't give it to the kid ourselves.
Yeah, that's the problem with quest boards and games. It takes a lot of the personal stake out of side quests that RPGs like Dragon Age offer.
That's true, but on to bigger and better things, we can get our specialization now, boys. And in the interest of roleplay, we will pick up champion first.
Oh, rigged, I say.
Calm down, Donald. While we take care of the last few things we need here, why don't we handle our comment? Question of the day. Out of all the specializations in the Dragon Age series, which one is your favorite, either roleplay-wise or gameplay-wise? For me, I would have to give it to the Legionnaire Scout in the Awakening expansion. It completely changes how the rogue plays and makes the rogue a viable tank in your party, as well as gives spell immunity. It takes the powerful class of rogue and makes it nigh unstoppable.
Not bad, Barack. But as for me, I already mentioned my favorite. It's the Templar. It's one of only 2 specializations that stays in all 3 games. It makes you feel like a specialized hunter for those cowardly mages, and it lets you dispel their powers. And it has the coolest RPG ability ever made, Holy Smite, which lets you call down a divine attack to obliterate mages and demons alike. Templars are based, and I am a base player.
Why are you here?
What do you mean?
Women are priests, or merchants, or artisans, or farmers. None of those have any place fighting.
Fully based Sten, I can see the value in bringing him around now.
Well, on the entire opposite end of that, you all know by now I'm a mage player at heart. And while all the mage specializations are cool, I think my favorite is Force Mage from Dragon Age 2. It's the only entirely original specialization in 2, and it allows you to control gravity, giving you unlimited crowd control options. Also, I just find it really cool that you can influence gravity like that. Shout out to Blood Mage, though. The unique dialogue options for that are pretty cool.
I would clown you for picking Mage, Joe, but you actually picked a unique option, so you passed this time.
Thank God. But anyways, viewers, you already know what to do. Let us know your favorite specialization in the Dragon Age series in the comments below. Our editor can't wait to discuss with you.
Well, with the side quests finished and the Game of Thrones reference, Sword Oath, Keeper obtained for our warden, all we have left to do is kill these peasants who want the bounty Logain put out on us. They clearly thought this through, since they are rushing our heavily armed and armored party with butter knives. Also, Barack, I know you're edging to tell the gameplay mechanic here, so go off, buddy.
Phrasing, Donald, but thank you. So viewers, fun fact, this ambush is technically optional if you pick very careful dialogue options, and never reveal yourself as a warden to anyone. This is tricky because from the first persuade option with the bandits last episode, the game makes it very easy to reveal you are a warden. Also, recruiting Liliana in the tavern also reveals you are a warden, but if you are very careful, you can technically skip this ambush, which I'm sure not many players realized.
Damn, I never knew this was optional, though honestly not recruiting Liliana as soon as possible is unfathomable to me, so I guess I will never see it personally.
Jesus Christ, of course you can't sleepy. Also, why are these peasants giving us more trouble than the bandits?
I don't think trouble is the right word, Donald. It's mostly just simple party management. So Liliana and Morrigan don't get overwhelmed.
Holy shit, Brock, you have to save him immediately.
Don't worry, Donald Bowden will live to be our camp merchant. These spawn are totally free.
I don't give a fuck about Bodan, our true Lord and Savior. Sandal is in danger. The power of enchantment compels you to Barak.
So you doubt the Maker, Solace, Flemeth, and the old gods are actually divine, but a quirky dwarf who speaks like a Pokemon is a god.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fair enough, I guess. Also, these Darkspawn here feel so out of place. It feels like the game just wanted to remind you about Darkspawn, in case you forgot about them after the last 2 hours of fighting. Only spawn in Ostagar.
Barry, you said these spawn are free, but our little guy is about to go down here.
It's Tactical Joe. I had to clear all the ads first. Have some faith in our warden. He will see this through.
Tactical, my ass, Obama. You're getting old and sloppy. I mean, you spend so much time with Joe. How could you not?
Donald, so far, you are the only person who has had a party member drop this run. I wouldn't get too confident.
Yeah, you hold on to that fact, you rat, because by the end of this run, I will be the carry that the presidents need. Also, damn, just when I lost hope that you Democrats knew how to get your money up, you get us 2 gold for free. I'm actually amazed. Barack.
Follow my lead, boys, and I will get our party all the gold and items we need. And it won't cost our little guy his morals or soul in the process, like how you play Donald.
Sounds like loser talk to me, Obama. Stick with me, and you'll earn money the cool way by crushing others.
Well, stick with me, and you'll play this game by banging the hottest bard this south of Thetis and get all the sniffs a man could ask for.
Shut up, Joe!
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, Bowden clearly is more undecided. Then, a wife is when it's time to decide what's for dinner. He says he doesn't want to travel with a warden, but then 10 seconds later joins our camp.
It's because our Lord Enchanter Sandal decided we are worthy of his presence.
No, stop. I will not deliver launch codes underground or give emissaries congressional vetoes. I don't care how much ice cream you whisper to me. I know your intention, Damon. Aha.
Obama, he's gooning out again. Get the fidget spinner.
Donald, aren't you starting to notice a trend whenever Joe does this? I'm starting to suspect there is some kind of larger force going on here.
It's just Joe being Joe Obama. I promise I stopped switching his meds. He's just being more unhinged because he's sleepy or something. Anyway, why don't you explain the lore going on here to put your mind at ease?
Fine. But we are double backing to this. So viewers darkspawn communicate kind of through a hive mind with the archdemon leading them. And when we drank the jug 2 episodes ago, we were added to that hive mind so we can sense them and they can sense us. The joining also gives us the taint, which increases our strength, which we see in the new ability we get, and other powers, which we will find out later.
You're going to talk to everyone at camp now, including the birds and crickets now, aren't you, Obama?
Well, since we are at camp, we should talk to a few people, but I don't plan on covering everybody.
Hey guys, I'm back. Wait. When did we get in camp? Weren't we still in Lothering talking to Bowden?
Joe, do you seriously not remember the last 2 minutes?
Not getting into it, why don't we see what Sten has going on?
Literally nothing. He gives more one-worded answers than Donald does on trial.
You just gained sentience a second ago and you're already beefing against Sleepy. But you're not wrong, just stick to his party banter, Obama. We aren't getting anything out of him.
No.
Well, we need to talk to him to get his approval up for later. Also, there are a few things we can learn from him here. He is a soldier of the Kunari, which is why he isn't talkative, given the training and conditioning their soldiers receive. We can also learn about the Antam, who are the military branch, the Kunari, who are interested in what the Blight is. Also, we can see here, he liked to take the piss a bit too, in his own stoic way.
Too bad his jokes are worse than Joe's.
Eat my ass, Lil D. Anyways, I feel like it's easy to not interact with Sten much, since your first interaction will go like this. I wonder how many players were turned off and never talked to him again, missing out on a great character overall.
I mean, he is definitely not everyone's cup of tea, but I think they made his dialogue extra comedic, so players would have some kind of hook to pursue him further. I can definitely say Sten is a very good window into the Kunari, albeit maybe not as good as Iron Bull is, but they had 6 years to redefine the Kunari between Bull and Sten.
Yeah, it's understandable, but if he is going to be difficult, like this fuck it anyway, you know? Let's check in how our boy Alistair's doing with everything going on.
First things first, we got to see how he feels about Duncan. He was like a father to him after all.
Yeah, bro, keeps losing father figures. It's a hard life for a bastard. He really is pretty lonely, honestly. No homo, though.
He probably knew most of the wardens too, so from his perspective, he really lost everyone close to him besides us, who we just met a few days ago. Also, we will rebuild the wardens, but sadly, Alistair won't be there for all that.
Bro needs a hard drink, honestly. Where's Uncle Ogren? Also, do all humans burn their dead? I thought it was a nobility thing. Are they Vikings or some shit?
So all humans are Andrastian, except for the Avar. So cremation is used to be closer to the Maker and cleanse their souls. Neverons also do something different from other humans by using elaborate tombs rather than cremation.
Big Virgin Barry strikes again. Thanks, man.
Yeah, whatever.
I mean, burning is weird and all, but I guess it's better than the dwarfs stuffing their grandpa in their houses' walls like Edgar Allan Poe, or the elves being stereotypical and planting a tree per dead elf.
Valid, though, I think out of those, I'll pick the tree. at least him in the ground.
Well, we are getting more out of Alistair than Stin gave us, so let's delve a bit further here. It will be relevant later.
Yeah, let's pull up the receipts on Alistair about how Eamon raised him. Bro's yapping to Flemeth is going to dig him a big hole here.
Did I say that? I meant the dogs.
That would explain the smell. Goddamn, our little guy here is definitely in his sassy man era with these dialogue options.
At least that gives us something else to relate to Alistair with boys.
I think you'd have gotten past that already. I ended up in the Chantry, sure, but I didn't start there. Let's see, how do I explain this? I'm a bastard. And before you make any smart comments, I mean the fatherless kind.
So if Eamon met his wife shortly after the Orlesian War, how did he even meet her? It's not likely they would let a Ferald din Arl just enter Orlais after that huge uprising. Was she someone who fled Orlais?
I'm sure Alistair is exaggerating how long ago it was. He most likely met her in Orlais, since unless you're Logain or how diplomatic missions are to be expected with a neighboring superpower like Orlais.
So it's important to note how gray the situation with Alistair and the Arlessa is. On one hand, it's cruel that an orphan was kicked out of the only home he knew. But on the other hand, the Arlessa probably didn't know that Alistair was Marek's son. So to her, Eamon probably never gave her a good reason as to why he was raising him. And the rumors were the most likely outcome, which would be hard for anyone to deal with.
Yeah, they don't mention it here. But the last straw was likely when the Arlessa was pregnant with Connor. Since we are all married, we know that a pregnant wife has to have as little annoyances as possible. And a random orphan rumored to be your kid is at the top of the annoyance list, no matter how honorable you are.
Damn good call there. Donald can't argue with that theory. Also, the Arlessa is a very gray character morally. Overall, it will be interesting to take a look at her thought process when we get to Redcliffe. I think a lot of people overlook her for the memes, not that they don't slap, though.
Yeah, even if Alistair here doesn't have much to say about her when we meet her, you know, all three of us will viewers.
Young bastards act like that. I don't know. All I know is that the Arl is a good man and well loved by the people. He also was King Caelan's uncle, so he has a personal motivation to see Logain pay for what he did. Anyway, that's really all there is to the story.
It's good to see the young lord has blessed us with his presence.
I'm glad to see both of them. I have a lot to sell, from Lothering, and we can enchant the new sword we just got as well.
Plus they have plenty of gifts for Liliana and the rest of the group too, I guess.
As much as the jokes slap about Sandal, it is important to note that Sandal is one of the few dwarves that can enchant. This may be because he is some divine entity, like Donald says, or it could be because he is a possible half-dwarf, so the magic simply mixed in naturally, and he is just above-average mage in strength. Someone even hints that Sandal is part Aducan, so he could be our long-lost cousin, but that's just a rumor. Before we go anywhere else, let's check on our good boy.
Wait, go anywhere? You're not done yet. You haven't talked to my beloved Morrigan yet.
Yeah, or our romance option, Liliana.
I've already been here 10 minutes and I know you two are dying to talk to them, so I'll save them for your episodes. All I ask is if you have camp conversations, talk to two companions, not just your simp goddesses, so we get plenty of viewer content.
Fine, sure I can do that, even if everyone besides Morrigan is subpar.
Yeah, sounds fair, Barry. Also, the Mabari lore goes pretty hard. They were magically created, which is why our good boy is so smart. But then they knew how evil the T-Vinters are, and sided with us during the Ferelden uprising.
Yeah, anything that hates T-Venter is based, especially when he is such a good boy, like Bo is.
Oh, like you can tell the difference. For all you know, maybe you've already been fed something. Someone.
The magical intelligence explains why he is an Emmy Award-winning actor here, too.
Always happy when I don't have to explain the lore boy's good shit anyways. Since we still have some recording time, I'm going to go to the main hub Daenerys to pick up a lot of side quests that we can do in our leisure throughout future episodes. Also, we will be able to meet an old friend again soon.
Oh shit.
I almost forgot, could it be?
Well, hold that thought, boys. I have to pick up the side quests first. Some of these we can complete while we just travel, while other we will have to dedicate some episode time down the line in Daenerys.
That's fine, I think, if we all just handle it in pieces together. It won't be too draining on any one of us or the viewers.
Good call on that, Joe. Thankfully, some of these quests just appear as random encounters, so it shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah. Denerim is best taken in shifts as well to avoid crashing the game. The developers somehow made so much going on in Denerim that modern PC rigs can't handle it because this game was developed 2 decades ago.
Yeah, we are in our filler arc, it seems, boys, not a big deal. Also, why are we helping the damn mages? We out to just turn this bitch into the Templars?
Your bigoted anti-mage ass has finally lost it. You're really going to deny extra XP and money for our team because we have to help a mage?
Yes, curb stomp, all circle mages. Only Morrigan should stand above all.
Jesus, I ain't touching that one.
See, my beloved Morrigan, I did it for you. Anyways, you cucks don't hate me because I know what needs to be done with those mages.
Oh shit, big bro, he is back.
Let's go get the finest dwarven crafts. Wait! Who the hell is this douche? How dare his bitch ass interrupt our bro union? Honey, get me my flail.
With pleasure, sweetie.
Wait, hold on, what? Also, how does he even recognize us? We have never even met before or saw this guy anywhere at camp.
He is clearly a Logain simp, Barack. Didn't you meet him at the last convention or some shit?
Eat a dick, Donald. Anyways, we can convince him to back off, but at this rate, I think we are all set on killing him.
Yeah, I think you need to fight the Logain simp allegations after last episode, Barry Plus. It will be good for the content to take this guy down.
Well, I guess it doesn't matter. I will give this asshole what he deserves in no time. But first, let's talk to Big Bro.
Dwarven crafts. Fine dwarven crafts. Direct from Orzammar. You won't find better. Dwarven crafts. Fine dwarven... My lord. My lord Hydukin? Is that really you? I knew you survived. I never stopped believing it. And neither did your father.
So him being in Denerim already established with a family means that it's been a month or more since we have seen him in game.
Or bro just moves fast like I taught him how to. Also too bad we can't bring him along with us. Him and Alistair would get along great.
Oh shit. And he gives us the shield too that we recovered before we got arrested. What an insane throwback to the first episode.
Also a letter from our father, the king. But Joe, the shield is crazy good overall, but our warden will have to hit the gym more before he is strong enough to use it. Anyway, let's check this note out.
Find my son.
So the note and what Gorham says here confirms that our father, the king, is dying. It's possible Donald's boyfriend, Belen, poisoned our father since he died within a month or two of our exile in the prologue. But there's not much evidence to prove that.
Really, the only evidence is that Balin would be willing to do something like that to become king, but Occam's razor would suggest he died from grief and a broken heart, since he was rather old, and he lost 2 children at once because his 3rd child was a heartless snake.
I don't think he had to poison him, and while it sucks our dad died, both me and Belen can be our own men now that he has moved on to the Great Wall in the sky.
Jesus, Donald, you're edging more than normal today.
Joe, phrasing, please. Anyways, it's good we got some closure on Gorham and our prologue story for when we visit Orzammar in a couple episodes.
It's amazing how he throws his goods in our face after he catches up with us. Gorham is on that money grind. I'm so proud of him, honestly.
I will leave the letter up for people to read since it is relevant to our origin story. It's also important to note there are 2 versions of this letter, this one that Gorham has and another in Harrowmont's estate, if we pick a different origin. They both give the same information, but this one has a finale goodbye from our father saying, "We are now the sole carrier of the Hydukin name," implying our father understood the underhanded actions of Balin and disowned him personally for them. Anyways, let's go. Clap some night cheeks.
We could just jump these simps now, wipe out the population.
That would be fucking hilarious, honestly.
If I was a mage or rogue, I might just jump them. But since we are a warrior on equal terms with him, we might as well go the honorable route. Plus, we are a dwarf isn't honor what we're all about.
I must have missed that memo. because I was under the impression getting money and women was what our little guy was all about. Honor and gray warden business was more of a side hustle.
Yeah, same. I don't know where you got all that from, Barry.
Did either of you pay attention at all during the first episode to what was going on?
I smelled some red-headed girl's hair. Then we got the three-way. Then you fought in some tournament, and after that it's all a blur till we got the shield and got arrested. Honestly.
Shit, you're better than me, Sleepy. I just remember hyping up my man Bellin and the three-way.
Remind me next time to pick better co-hosts, you goddamn degenerates.
Wait, hold on to that thought, Obama. You might be getting clapped up here. That dude's health bar hasn't moved at all. Meanwhile, yours is trickling down. Like your last names, Reagan.
Yeah, careful, Barry. You might be encroaching on the first death of the run.
Of course now, is when you two actually focus on the gameplay. Just let me breathe, it will be fine. I am absolutely not getting wiped first. It looks like I was supposed to level a bit before fighting him, or he may be a higher level than us, which is why he's dodging a lot of hits. But we have plenty of potions, we are good. Not to rant too hard, but this is sort of the problem with solo fights in Dragon Age Origins. They are not balanced at all. And you wind up in situations like this that are tedious or game enders, depending on your class.
Can't fault you on that opinion. I know the next main quest area we go to is going to give us migraines and new gray hairs, or just hairs in Joe's case.
Again, very original, Donald, but you're not wrong. This is sort of a warm-up of things to come, but it looks like he finally decided to take some damage. Maybe Barry can do this.
Yeah, the rune we put on our new sword is coming in super handy already. But the main reason we are picking back up is all the dex points we have put into our character. Early dex for any melee character is critical for defense and melee damage. It's only a matter of time now.
The idea of this being an honorable battle is pretty funny if you're a mage, since you can stun lock this guy, mind control him, or have him cower in fear as you burn him.
It's just as hilarious on a rogue who can stun lock them and backstab their kidneys until he dies. This is really a quest they made with warriors in mind, which makes sense, since warriors are usually the intended class in most RPGs anyways. I think there is one more quest we can undertake while we are here. Let's follow up on what Sir Donald mentioned back in Lothering.
Always forget you can start the Ashes quest at any time. Hell, it can even be the first main quest you do, though. I don't know why you would do that one first.
Yeah, doing the Ashes first from a roleplay perspective makes no sense unless you're playing an Andraste enjoyer, I guess.
I would appreciate it if you left.
Though I have done a run where I did the Ashes earlier, and when I finished Redcliffe, I already had the Ashes on hand. It only changes one line where Tegan thinks you're divine intervention from the Maker himself.
Yeah, which at least they thought of dialogue for that scenario, but you're right from a roleplay perspective. Our warden should be focusing on building his army first before chasing some random miracle ashes. Though I guess you could make the case your warden goes here first if one of our party members gets deathly ill or something during the journey.
Actually, that makes sense. If Liliana had a cough, I would gladly lead a crusade for the Holy Grail to cure it.
Some knights came from Redcliffe looking for him not long ago. I sent them after Genitivi and they too have disappeared.
So fun fact, if you have high cunning, you can call out the hole in his story here. You can point out how it makes no sense. He knows the knights went missing, since why would they report back to him if he's just some random assistant? They ask questions too. This leads to Waylon breaking character out of frustration.
Damn, that's actually a good point. I never thought of that. Is high cunning a really important stat? I usually always play warrior.
High cunning allows a few special dialogues, but nothing major I can think of. It does allow you to substitute high coercion skills for cunning, so you can put skill points in other abilities. However, also important to loot. Some of the books here they give a lot of chantry lore.
At this rate, I will have to try out a rogue run sometime too, boys. Also, hang on, I can smell a Liliana gift at latitude 60 degrees and longitude 21 degrees, aka the back room of his house.
Oh well, we better check that out, then let's go.
Is this bitch trying to prevent my girl from getting a gift? Jump him, Barry.
This is America. We can go wherever we want. Time to add another unarmed peasant to our kill list.
Donald, this is absolutely not America, but our little guy absolutely goes wherever the hell he wants. So let's do this. Compared to the night earlier, this will be satisfying.
Damn, I blinked and he died, bro. Should have just let us in.
And with that, viewers, once we go and we discover the body of the real assistant, proving that this guy here was a plant meant to keep people away from the ashes. Also, we loot the journal too, so we can go to Haven for the Ashes quest whenever we want. Probably won't be for a while, but may as well get it now. So we have it when we're ready.
What's the next move, Barry?
Well, I hope the viewers don't mind the slightly shorter episode, but I think I will call it here. I may pick up a few more quests that we can do down the line. But that's really it today. I think I will leave the Circle Tower to Donald next episode.
Gee, thanks you, Democrat.
Chin up, Donald. It's plenty of combat for you. Anyways, viewers, I'm going to call it here. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to comment your favorite specialization in the Dragon Age series down below. Our editor reads and responds to every single one. And he is so thankful for the interaction this series gets. The comments and likes really do help keep him doing these. We will see you all next time, so stay safe, everyone. Obama out.